Oh.
Let's shave.
He's talking about the fight the other day.
Alright. Yeah, this is a match that I try to play the situation. You know, how would this match play out from start to finish? I try to visualize it over and over and over again. How do you fight your friends? How do you fight your brothers? Especially when there's this misunderstanding that you don't care about them and you want to teach them otherwise. At the end of the day, this was a match for our fans. I didn't want to disrespect the Young Bucks by giving anything less than 100% efforts. And really, that's what I gave. And I feel broken, both physically and emotionally, after what transpired in the ring today. I mean, look at me. I can barely see it in my right eye. Nothing has been resolved. Not only that, but I still don't feel like the Golden Lovers are where they need to be. I can't even make a claim that we're the best tag team in the world. What did I even accomplish today? I keep playing the match back over and over and over again. And that's why it took me so long to come up here. I'm trying to think of what to say. What's the takeaway from this? Well, the takeaway is that I fought with all of my heart today. And that's sort of been what I've been all about from 2016 onward. Telling these stories from the heart. And now it's gone to a dark place where I even have to fight against my friends and my family. And I wish I could have stood here with Ibushi. Ibushi's even concussed from this match. The only one left standing is me. I had this fantasy, perhaps, where all four of us would be standing in the middle of the ring, arms raised. It didn't matter who the winner was. And even though the Golden Lovers won, that's not even the part that matters. I suppose if the fans are happy, I'm happy. There's always that part of me. The businessman in me is happy. What a great crowd today. You guys were awesome. But I can't lie. There's a part of me that feels kind of dead. And I don't know where we go from here. I don't know where we go. Next question. Yes.
You said you don't know where to go from here. Do you mean that in terms of the Golden Lovers? Do you think there's still...
No.
Do we still see the Golden Lovers going on forward?
The Golden Lovers are here to stay. No question. I suppose I meant more so the Bullet Club, the Elite. I wanted to work things out. And if you can't work things out with your best friends, somebody you've known for a decade, and maybe Cody's right. Maybe I'm not suitable to be leader. I don't know. All I can do right now is focus on the positive. And the positive is the growing fan base. I really feel like, as a worldwide thing, New Japan is doing fantastic, and I'm so glad to be put in these matches. But it's been emotionally taxing. And I'm just thankful that Ibushi's there with me and has my back throughout all this. But in terms of the Elite, Bullet Club, seems like we're far from coming to terms with that.
You mentioned Kota Ibushi being injured after that match. You also mentioned in the ring having an eye injury of some sort. How is your eye, and do you think it'll affect your availability for your match with Cody in a couple of weeks?
I mean, I've done some preliminary tests, and my vision hasn't been affected yet. I think my eye is fine. I think so. No double vision, nothing like that. I don't know. I don't believe I'm concussed. Never really had this kind of injury. I know it sounds strange, but I always get swollen, like kind of up in here. It's the first time I've had one down there, kind of looking like Sakuraba when he fought Vanderlei Silva. So one thing I can promise is that, irregardless, unless I'm stopped and not allowed to medically to perform, I will face Cody at Supercard of Honor. Hi.
Hi. After tonight's events, what's your perspective on Ibushi's match with Hangman Page at Supercard of Honor?
You know, I was able to tune in a little bit to Hangman Page's performance today against Switchblade. And it's very interesting to watch the young talent. They're so hungry, willing to take so many risks. And there were so many times in that match where I thought, wow, one of these guys could die. And they seem to be cool with that. Ibushi used to be that crazy guy, you know? And even that part of him still exists. But Ibushi, with age, has grown a little more careful, and he's a little more tentative to take these risks. And I think Adam Page is still at the stage in his career where he's willing to take those risks. And he seems like a durable dude. I worry for somebody's safety in this matchup, to be honest. And with Ibushi being who he is to me, and Page being one of Bullet Club's youngest talents, I think maybe he is the youngest. You know, I don't want to see him shorten his career on this thing. But I feel like he has something to prove. He wants to prove something. And Ibushi doesn't want to take a backseat to anybody. So these are two risk takers. One being the premier risk taker for the better part of 10 years, and the new guy who's hungry for the spotlight. Wow. So I have a high expectation for this matchup to be a sleeper hit of the show. And again, like I said, as a Bullet Club brother and as my tag team partner, I don't want to see anyone get injured. I think the fans, again though, the situation with the fans.
When did you get the eye injury? Do you know the spot in the match?
I mean, I think so. There was a slight collision when I went to go do the moonsault. So I don't know what part it hit. Obviously something hard, you know what I mean? So
the moonsault out of the ring?
No, inside.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was a slight collision there. Just like a grazing blow, but I mean, I think sometimes that's all it takes, right, to get a little break or swell or whatever. So yeah, I believe it was there, and I think even I remember watching it in the ring once it had happened to see the instant replay. Like, did I clip something? What happened there? And I think in fact it did. So it was probably there. Ibushi. I didn't see it, but Ibushi believes that something happened to him on the moonsault to the outside. So, again, no, I didn't see it because I was kind of busy doing mine. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to look it back, and I hope that it's all minor stuff, bumps and bruises.
Do you know how Matt and Nick are doing?
Fine. Yeah, hope. I didn't hear anything anyway. So, yeah.
How do you feel knowing that your relationship with Kota Ibushi means so much to so many people, especially here in the United States?
You know, it's just really overwhelming because, you know, we had been told kind of over and over and over again that this relationship that I've had with him is something of the past. Let it go. You have this Bullet Club thing, and Ibushi's on his own journey. So we're not going to let you take that route. And I pushed so hard for so long that, you know, this is something that I wanted to do. It's something that was important for me as a performer, and you know, to perform at a high level with, you know, a friend or someone that's important to you, or you know, someone that has the same goals as you. You can accomplish some incredible things, And Ibushi has been that guy for me ever since I stepped foot in Japan. He was the second Japanese wrestler I'd met, and since then we just sort of had the same vision. And I felt that even though the way we went about things, and there are times we had different singular goals, being together, traveling together, doing this tag team thing with the lovers together, that's always been at the very top of the list. There's always sort of this, there's this expectation that as singles performers, that's where we should put all our eggs. And even though there's that expectation placed upon us, and we feel it's a responsibility to perform at this high level as singles wrestlers, there's always this dream that we had to show everyone that we had this vision of what tag team wrestling could be. I hope that we showed it a little bit today, that tag team wrestling can be this beautiful, wonderful art between four people that you can't, and there are ways that these human beings can interact that two people can't do. Two extra bodies doesn't mean that, to add two extra bodies to a match doesn't necessarily just mean that, okay, well, it's just two other singles matches happening in the ring. It's the whole conflict with four different people, with four different motivations, with four different sets of feelings, four different ways of thinking. If you can illustrate that in a matchup, if you can open your heart to the people and show that, have the willingness and the courage to show that in a match, it really unlocks the ability to show the beauty of what tag team wrestling can be, especially when you add in the athletic factor. And that's why I wanted to take all the chances here with the Young Bucks, who are, to me, one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and certainly probably the most athletic tag team going today.
What was going through your mind when you had Matt Jackson up for the one-winged angel and he reached down, pulled your arm up?
I had felt that this match had gone too far. The one-winged angel is quite possibly the only move left in wrestling that no one's kicked out of. And the reason probably is because it's a one-hit kill. Why would I want a one-hit kill my friend, someone that I'm trying to make amends with? There are some lines you just can't and shouldn't cross. And there's, of course, the willingness to win a match and the passion to show what your vision of wrestling is. We wanted to show that the Golden Lovers were a better tag team. And I think that at that point in time, Matt Jackson understood that, this was what he wanted. He didn't want this to be a story between friends. He wanted to. It was a test of pride, more of a battle of ideals, so to speak. And that could have easily been my downfall in the matchup. I'm a little too sentimental sometimes, clearly. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.